God gives you stuff that makes no sense because it requires us to lean on His strength. It requires us to have faith in Him.
What's up, CEO Boss Chicks?
Hello, boss chicks, trendsetters, and women of God. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Shantae Wissana. On this channel, we equip Christian women to be impactful leaders for the kingdom of God in business and in ministry. Today's video is just something that God wanted me to say to you guys. And for some of you, you are completely overthinking it. Some of you, you are so stressed out with ideas. You are so stressed out with what God has told you to do. Prophetic people, I find that a lot of us are very creative, and when you're creative, you have a million ideas running around your head. When God gave you a prophecy about something concerning business or ministry, you're thinking of how this is going to get done and how this and that's happening and how you're going to do this with this job and how's that ever going to work, and I'm not really good at this. And God is saying you're doing too much. Okay, your mind is stressing you out. You're not moving because you are procrastinating, because you are thinking about too much. You're thinking about step 20 when you haven't even begun step 1, okay? And that's what's stressing you out right now. You're thinking about all of the possible things that could go wrong and why this is a bad idea, and you have not pulled yourself back to say, okay, wait a minute. If this is such a bad idea, if this was so impossible, why did God give it to me? Because you're half right. It's impossible to do it on your own. It's impossible, and it makes no sense to do it the way you're thinking about it. But when you use God's blueprint, and when you follow God's instructions, and you use God's strength, everything can be made possible. But one of the main things God wanted me to tell you guys, and I made a short about this and I posted on TikTok and Facebook Reels, is that I said it before, I said it for Uber Eats DoorDash did not stop Uber Eats, but more so when you look at it, Grubhub was first, okay? Grubhub did not stop the existence of DoorDash, nor did the existence of DoorDash stop Uber Eats, okay? Uber Eats could have looked at, okay, Grubhub has been here for a long time. I want to say like 2004 or something like that. Grubhub has been here for a minute. Now we got DoorDash. Maybe we should just stick to driving people around. Nope, that's not what they did, and people highly use Uber Eats. You're looking at an idea, some of you, that doesn't make any sense to you because it's already used in some capacity to you. A whole bunch of people already, I'm just saying, are creating a business with hair. People already writing books. People have wrote many books about this already, okay? I don't have that much more to offer. And the only thing I can say to you is that God is going to put His own and your own flavor in it. Yes, there are people that swear by Uber Eats instead of DoorDash. Why? Are they extremely similar? I'm sure if you talk to them, everybody has their own preferences. There are people that swear by Grubhub and they will not touch Uber Eats or DoorDash. I'm an Uber Eats person. I just love Uber Eats, more particularly for me because I've used the other ones before. I live in a place where it's like funny. It's like people will end up going to one address instead of another address, and I've had people just like not deliver the food because they can't find the house because the GPS took them all around the place. And so Uber Eats is the only company I do not have that problem with, okay? Because when I put my address in the app, unlike Grubhub and DoorDash, because of the difficult place my address is at, it doesn't turn it around. With the other apps, it kind of corrects it because it's like, oh, this is probably what Shantae meant. No, I meant what I meant. That I don't live there, okay? I know the GPS thinks I live there, but I don't. So I particularly use Uber Eats. That's just an example. Everybody has their reasonings. So when God gives you a word, okay, when God gives you a dream, when he gives you a prophetic word, when he puts something in your spirit for you to do not knock it off because it makes no sense to you. God gives you stuff that makes no sense because it requires us to lean on his strength. It requires us to have faith in him. It requires us to listen and to obey him, because if we could do it without him, we would. If we could get to where we want in life without him, we would, and we would kick God to the curb, not like we already don't do that enough. So if we get all the money and the houses and cars and fame or whatever without holding on to God, without obeying God, we would kick God to the curb because we wouldn't need him anymore. So God gives us ideas that makes no human sense to us, so that way we can say, okay, God, can you help me with this? Because right now this idea is stressing me out. This book idea is stressing me out. This thing you're giving me and telling me, how am I going to leave my job? How am I going to do this? How are you going to provide for me? This doesn't make sense. And God says, I know it doesn't make sense. That's why you're going to get instructions with me, but you're only going to get my instructions when you come and spend time with me, and not spend time with me just because you want answers from me. Okay, that's something God had to say to me in the past, because I'd be like, okay, I'm seeking God, I'm still not hearing him. It's because of your motives and your attention. You're spending time in prayer because you want answers from him, not because you want to spend time with him. When that changes and you really just want to spend time with him and you're just focused on being obedient, period, you will get the clarity that you need that won't stress you out, sis. I promise. Okay, that is it for today's video. Hopefully this was able to give you some motivation and some encouragement to go after that business idea that you have, sis, to do what God has called you to do. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be notified of every single time that I post, because a lot of you guys who watch my channel are not subscribed yet. So join the family, sis. And while you're at it, hit the like button and leave a comment down below so I can hear your thoughts, okay? I love you guys so much. If you want to contact me, check the description box. Everything you need to contact me is in there, okay? Remember, CEO, boss chick mentality time, baby. Let's go.